Extremely Forward is brought to you by petervanderwaldshop.com, the official online store. Send your questions for Peter, comments, suggestions, praise, and tributes to connect@extremelyforward.com. Extremely Forward is brought to you by petervanderwaldshop.com, the official online store. Send your questions for Peter, comments, suggestions, praise, and tributes to connect@extremelyforward.com. That's CONNECT@extremelyforward.com. Extremely Forward is brought to you by petervanderwaldshop.com, the official online store. Send your questions for Peter, comments, suggestions, praise, and tributes to connect@extremelyforward.com. Extremely Forward is brought to you by petervanderwaldshop.com, the official online store. Send your questions for Peter, comments, suggestions, praise, and tributes to connect@extremelyforward.com. That's CONNECT@extremelyforward.com.
Stain on a paper cup, deadpan stare and a shoulder shrug. You clutch your pearls, I laugh out loud. I'll break the rule and spin around if I burn the
Aloha, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Extremely Forward podcast. You are most welcome back. That was an offensive intro. No, really, that's the name of the song. It's Alice Plain with Offensive. We'll be listening to her and some other fabulous music later on today's show. It is the Extremely Forward podcast where I broadcast once a week so that my mom can hear my voice. And if anybody else listens, it's a bonus. So it's an action-packed show. Once again, we've got the music of Alice Plain. We also have a German song. If that's not irresponsible, then I don't know what is. Unfortunately, we have to cover the news again. And we're going to be answering some questions from you, our listeners. We'll be offering you a review today that's actually going to send you to something that might be worth your while if you haven't seen it yet. There'll be a progress report so that regular readers and viewers can be happy and know what's up in the world. And there's going to be a family recipe that is specially going out to all my Weight Watchers peeps. Musically, first of all, we have to start with another apology. All good episodes on Extremely Forward starts with an apology. We always try to undo the damage to the psyche, the collective unconscious, and the extended family of every weakling we might have annoyed or offended or disappointed in the last episode. So this time we have to apologize because one of our sound engineers cut off our feature song early at the end of the podcast, meaning that you could not hear the song in full. Now, before we take corrective measures on that, I just would like to report that the offending engineer had to watch as we execute his whole family in front of him, and then we sold him into sex slavery. So that won't happen again. Now that that's been done, we can say that we're going to correct this by actually playing you that song today. So it's going to be full of music because we have our two usual songs, and then we have the song from last week, and we also have a little bit of a humorous song, which is going to be following straight on after the news for you today. The German song, fascinating thing, the German language, it's actually incredibly beautiful. Now, if you've never really heard German music, I mean, like any kind of cuisine, it varies. I mean, you get everything from some of the old operas that Mozart wrote, which is very pretty and nice if you're pretentious. There's also Rammstein, which is a bit closer to, for those of us who's closer to reality. But yeah, Rammstein's pretty nice. But I mean, for all the greats that you can mention, like the Mozarts and the Rammsteins, there's also a whole bunch of bad stuff, like anything that's sung at Eurovision. It's usually this Eurotrash music that, my God, I don't know how people can stomach it. I remember growing up, there was this character called Heino who looked like a biological experiment gone wrong. And his music is truly bad. I put this in my so bad it's good category. Anyone out there that knows Wing? I've shared the beauty of Wing with you. If you liked Wing's music, then you're going to love Heino. Give it a listen. It is so bad. And seeing his face, watching him sing, is one of those things that will immediately elevate everything else in your life to acceptable standard. So if you're having a hard time, if you're depressed, listen to Heino. He'll pick you right up. It's like a standards car wash where, by comparison, everything else is good. It's kind of like if you have a stomach ache. If you have a really bad stomach ache, what you need to do is saw off your foot, and that'll give you something else to worry about. So Heino is like that. And that's the thing with German. It's a bit of a hit and miss kind of language. They say life is short, so you should tell someone that you love them. But life is also brutal and confusing, so you should shout that in German. But in terms of today's song, I think you might actually like this. It's going to be a nice one, just to prove that there's beauty everywhere if you're willing to look. And then, of course, we're going to have our offensive music. The song's name is Offensive. We'll talk a bit more about her music later on. And we'll be hearing a lot more from her. And then, of course, I need to rant. There is the rant, the advertised rant. The advertised rant said something along the lines of, we deserve a new universe, or a new universe would be nice. And, of course, what we're talking about is this tendency to just make remakes and sequels and prequels and reheat-quills, and everyone's just telling old stories. We don't need remakes. We don't need the new Batman or the new Spider-Man. And luckily, it looks like commercially these things are starting to fail as well. So pretty soon, if we're not careful, we might have to come up with original stuff. Wouldn't that be a frightening prospect? So when the box office starts failing, maybe we can get something else lined up. What's interesting is, there's this Odyssey film that's coming out by Christopher Nolan. Nolan's, of course, one of the greats. He's a great director, but there's been this controversy about that film now for a while, about casting all kinds of weird things. Now you've heard this, and then you've heard some of the guys saying it's a great film, and even some of the people that weren't ready for it to be a great film, so he managed to change their minds. It is showing at the cinema this weekend, but maybe I'll talk a bit more about that when we do the what we're going to do this weekend section at the very end of the podcast. So, it's time for, I think, the news. We have to get our rabies shot, I know it's incredibly distasteful and horrible to have to listen to the extremely forward news because it tells it like it is instead of giving you the spin that you prefer. But the thing about it is, it's good for you, you know. It's good for you. It hurts when it comes in, but it inoculates you because you've got all these people going around saying, it's very important to be informed, and we're the people informing you. And we're the people telling you that it's important to be informed. And it's very important for you to be on top of what's happening. That is, if we cover it, if we don't just ignore it and say we won't run it because it's, doesn't agree with our political views or whatever. But you have to be informed, and we'll have a panel of talking heads with predictable opinions telling you what to think about what it is you're hearing. And then we'll call it journalism, and you'll be very happy. And then in that week, where the politicians actually behave, you're driving to work and nothing's gone down this week, because you're a news junkie and you've seen that nothing went down this week. Everyone behaved and everything was kind of calm and nobody said anything outrageous. And you're driving to work and you think today the news is going to be beautiful. And you turn it on and that is the day they find that one obscure, almost arcane story that is about some guy that killed his whole family with an axe. Because God forbid you actually have a pleasant day. So we're going to end the news with a beautiful sing-along about family murder, because this is what the news does. It gives you this vomit, and it dresses up as important, and it even makes it sound slightly pleasant. So that's how we're going to end the news today. But we can start by giving you the news as it is today.
This is the news, or at least the news that we deem you should know. Please don't spread any misinformation or anything outside the approved Overton window. We are the only balanced and unbiased channel, unlike those rabid mongrel dogs on the other side. Now cheer as we give you food for your brain. Sit back, relax, agree, comply, and open wide.
It's WALT, Extremely Forward Global News for the week ending 24 July 2026. Stateside, Donald Trump continues to live rent-free in everyone who hates him's heads, while remaining the political sun around which Washington's planets orbit, whether they like it or not. His administration this week pushed ahead with some tariffs and trade threats, and the sort of muscular economic nationalism that sends free market economists diving behind the sofa. The White House says tariffs will rebuild American industry. Critics say they'll raise prices. Wall Street says it would like everyone to stop shouting and let it finish its sandwich. Washington's favorite bipartisan hobby, spending other people's money, continued at full throttle. Democrats still face the problem that their coalition often sounds like a university faculty meeting held inside a protest march. Indeed, increasingly, the strongest and most amplified voices on the left are the most unreasonable ones. Republicans, meanwhile, seem to think that the Trump juggernaut is going to last forever, and that his political momentum will somehow continue once the Donald is out of the picture, an assumption for which there is no historical or logical basis. Still, the midterms are looming, but it might well be the case that it is only an opportunity for both parties to shoot themselves in the foot and create headaches for themselves further down the road. In Britain, Labour's government continues its heroic struggle to prove that changing the name on the door does fix the plumbing. Immigration remains the political elephant in the room, except this elephant has been repeatedly mentioned by voters, repeatedly ignored by politicians, and repeatedly rediscovered by journalists as if it were a fascinating new species. It is becoming abundantly clear that the media and politicians are willing to spread all kinds of incorrect information in their battle against misinformation and public speculation. The latest iteration being an invented attack on a religious gathering that turned out to be a nothing burger, but pushed, oh so hard, by everyone in the elite classes, including both prime ministers we had this week and every news channel. They also had to begrudgingly release an assault victim, which they really didn't want to do. so that they could still pretend there aren't massive double standards in policing. The Conservative Party is engaged in the ancient British political tradition of asking voters to return them to power after losing their trust, their direction, and occasionally the plot. The establishment response to reform remains deliciously predictable. Tut, panic, lecture, repeat. Apparently the correct response to voters who feel ignored is to explain to them at length why they are wrong to feel ignored. Labour's answer is more regulation. Regulations about work and rights and employers and everything else that might conceivably benefit from a 94-page consultation document. Britain's economy may be struggling, but fear not, the forms are thriving. And count on one thing, more and higher taxes are coming. One does not talk about creating hope and positive change and the biggest shift in politics in over a century without sending the bill to whoever has the bad taste to have any success in this world. On the international front, there were surprisingly no upsets. Countries doing well because they have set themselves on logical and reasonable trajectories continue to do well, setbacks notwithstanding. Ridiculous policies elsewhere seem to have, unsurprisingly, ridiculous outcomes. And it is becoming increasingly clear that outcomes and results have absolutely no impact on the behavior of governments, and that the directions are determined by egos, pageantry, and the usual regurgitated bullshit.
Oh, pass the salt, pass the blame. Same old table, same old shame. Your mama smiles, your daddy drinks. I can hear the whole thing crack and sink. You say be nice, I say be real. There's blood in the china, dust on the steel, the family name on a broken door. I've seen this movie before. Hush now, baby, don't pretend. Every little secret finds its end. The room goes still, the forks go cold. One bad word and I lose control. I think it's time, dear, to consider family murder. I think it's time, dear, to consider family murder. Hand me the match, watch the whole thing burn. I think it's time, dear, to consider family murder. Auntie laughs with a painted grin. Uncle's got a knife and a grin within. Cousins crowd the hallway loud and sweet, but they keep stepping on my feet. The wallpaper peels like a guilty face. Every framed smile is a razor trace. If love is a line, then we crossed it first. Now everybody's waiting for the curse. Hush now, baby, don't pretend. Every little secret finds its end. The room goes still, the forks go cold. One bad word and I lose control. I think it's time, dear, to consider family murder. I think it's time, dear, to consider family murder. Hand me the match, watch the whole thing burn. I think it's time, dear, to consider family murder. I smiled at the picture, I kissed the frame, but every name in that house calls out the same. So if the floorboards groan and the candles bow, don't ask me why, ask me now. I think it's time, dear, to consider family murder. I think it's time, dear, to consider family murder. Hand me the match, watch the whole thing burn. I think it's time, dear, to consider family murder. Family murder. Family murder. It's time for audience questions, where the world's best readers and viewers tell Pete what they want to know.
Paulie III asks about the songs that's played here on Extremely Forward. How are they chosen and where can he get them?
Well, Paulie III, the songs featured on Extremely Forward are from RPL's own catalogue, Rowdy Parrot. We are happy to say that all the songs are exclusive to this podcast, at least for quite a while. You can listen to them on the podcast here for now. only. They're not available anywhere else yet. They are unreleased. At the end of the season, there will be an album available for purchase where you can listen to all the songs on the Extremely Forward podcast. And after that, we'll go wider.
Amanda the Panda says she desperately wants to know if any of the cool road shows or live shows will ever come stateside.
Amanda, darling, I'd be delighted to bring things to the United States. I love the US. At least half my world is in the US, so we will definitely release the shows there at some point. The problem is we're working too much at the moment, so we're busy producing things, and we're not at the exhibition phase in the US yet. But I will let you know here and in the club and everywhere else where and when you can expect us to have a couple of shows or a couple of live events around the US. The US is such a big monster that, of course, we're going to have to tackle it a piece at a time. So you're unlikely to see the kind of national footprint on the live events there that you have in the UK. But again, I will let everyone know and try to see as many of you fabulous people as possible. And now that it's out of the way, we can get into our break. And we can give you that song we messed up, but tortured and destroyed the life of our errant sound engineer for. So, here's your sound break with a full song.
We watched the rain tap down on a tin roof in July. Sat on the tailgate laughing at a sky gone coppery. We burned toast on a Tuesday, and we've danced in a hotel room with your bare feet on my boots and your hair half up, half down. County roads to backseat maps to that old creek after dark. From grocery aisles to Friday nights, you've been my favorite part. The best time ever is any time with you. The best time ever is the way you make life true. From the small sparks to the big sky view, the best time ever is me and you. We've chased a dog through the yard and a storm through the screen door, built a fire with a wet kindling just to see if we could win. We've stood there in our Sunday clothes, waiting on the church bell sound, and we've sat on the kitchen floor, eating pie right out the pan. From muddy boots to polished shoes, to a blanket on the grass, you turn the ordinary into something The best time ever is the way you make life true. From the first porch light to the morning dew, the best time ever is me and you. Yeah, me and you. The best time ever. Oh, the best time ever.
It's the Extremely Forward podcast with Peter Van Der Waal.
And I'm very glad we could get that full version to you. Now, maybe we should talk about usually when I say that a movie was French, I'm not giving it a compliment, nor am I describing it. If you ask me how a film was, and I say to you, anyone who knows me knows this, you say, Pete, how was that movie? And I say, it was French. Then it probably means it was some sort of art house thing, which was completely inaccessible. The most French film, I think, of all time was this thing called Babette's Feast. If you haven't had the privilege of seeing this, and I'm sure that all the critics and all the sophisticated and academic types out there will tell me why it's brilliant. This is a film about, I think it's 2 hours long. It's about a French woman who's basically spending the 2 hours of the film trying to get a bunch of Danish Calvinists to smile. I've had more fun with root canals in my day. That to me represents there's subtitles, there's no real plot. It's just kind of this dead air filled with existential angst. I know I'm being unfair, but that's what I mean when I say I saw something French. However, this week, I'm going to talk about something French that's good.
If there's a show we want to know, should we go or was it a no-no?
I found this kind of almost by accident. I was, just looking around and like browsing. When you sit on the couch and you're flipping channels and you're going, there's 360 channels to flip through before you realize there's nothing to watch. And I was flipping through things and watching things I don't usually watch and, seeking dark corners of the broadcast spectrum, desperately looking for something other than a remake or a sequel or a prequel or a set in the universe of kind of rehashed crap, which is worse than AI slop, is rehashed copy and paste human-made slop. And then I stumbled across this thing called The Sentinels, and of all places on the BBC. It's a French show, it's a television show. Les Sentinelles, or whatever you would say in French. I only speak basic French, I surrender. But The Sentinels is a very, very interesting piece of work, and I'm going to have to completely reconsider what I think about French television and cinema because of it. It is awesome. It is a limited run TV series, so for an American audience won't understand that because they make 19 seasons of the same thing and turn it into a soap. Here what you find in the UK and in Europe is that they would make like a series that's like 8 episodes long and then they leave it. You tell the story, you get it out of your system and you leave it, or you make a sequel, but it's not necessarily as sequel dominated as the American franchises are. So I don't know if this thing's going to go on ad infinitum, but it certainly has meat. This is set in the First World War, and it's kind of like a steampunk thing. There are these super soldiers created by the serum that they inject, and they become like very powerful. They become very strong and very fast, and then they're in the war, and it's this wartime, quite grim, steampunky show. It's fantastic. If you haven't seen The Sentinels, I think it's wonderful. The acting's fantastic. The fight choreography is great. The sense of atmosphere is wonderful. I haven't been as impressed by anything in the English language as I have by this French thing for quite a while. So I stand corrected. There might be some virtue in La Française after all. No, I'm not going to do that. The Sentinels, that's what I'm going to do. It's got subtitles. It's in French. It's fabulous. Give it a watch if you haven't yet. From a progress report, what I can say is that I'm polishing... I spent the week polishing the script for the intervention. I finished the script for intervention along with the script for Kate last week, but this week I had to just polish intervention because it's slightly longer than my usual horror short. It's got far more characters. It's far more of a complicated story, and there's a lot more to it. So I had to just go back and polish it a little bit as well. And then we had the Black Book of Copywriting concluded this week. As soon as we get some prints out, we'll start offering it on pre-order. In the week ahead, we'll be launching into 2 more screenplays. These are the full-length ones, so they're going to take a little longer. I'm writing Putrid, a horror feature film, and to be produced by Rowdy Parrott and Reflective Fox Media here in the UK. And then also Who Killed Alphonse Jones, which is a kind of a mockumentary-style feature film. That's going to be set in the US, and we'll be working in America to get that baby out. That's about a fictional soul singer. If you like soul music, you're welcome to go listen to Alphonse Jones on YouTube. He's got his own channel. It's got some of his music there. Of course, all that music is computer generated, and he's completely fake. So when I say computer generated, I don't necessarily mean AI. It just means that the music's not real. So it was made by an artist, but it was made by an artist sitting behind a computer as opposed by a band. And Alphonse is there, and his music's pretty good, and it's going to be fabulous to watch his little mystery life story. So if you like that kind of music, Motown and soul, jazz and blues, give Alphonse a listen and let me know what you think. And then it's time for recipes, I suppose, and this one has to go out to my Weight Watchers peeps.
It's time to learn how to trade all your self-respect for delicious, delectable calories. It's time indeed for family recipes.
If you've ever been with Weight Watchers like I am, because I've got to watch my childbearing hips and my hour-and-a-half glass shape, I'm going to be talking today about what I do when I'm in the mood for nachos, because nothing is going to kill you as fast as nachos. If you're trying to watch your weight and you eat them corn chips, it's not going to be good. So if you want like a version that's going to feel like you've eaten a plate of nachos, but you want it to be completely kosher and not count too many points and be healthy and good and slimming and whatever for you, here's something I found that you can do. You get yourself some lean mince, and you're gonna prepare the lean mince. You're gonna fry that up. Careful with the oils and things, of course, but you're gonna prepare that. Then you're gonna separately chop some green peppers, some onions, some tomatoes, some lettuce. The key is having a lot of lettuce as well. And you're gonna then boil 2 potatoes. Okay, and you're gonna cut open the potatoes, and you're gonna fold them open on the plate. On top of this, you're going to pour your mince, and then you're going to put your lettuce and your tomato and your thingy and your green peppers and your onions on top of that, and you cover that off with a lot of cheese. Now, when you're done eating this, you're going to be full because of the potatoes, right? And it's not going to count that many points. It's going to feel like you've had a plate of nachos, except it's going to be clean. And that is what I call my nachos naturel. And with that, it's time for another break. But lock the doors, hide the babies, because das ist in Deutsch.
Du kommst rein und alles wird still. Ich seh dich an und weiß, was du willst.
Dein Blick sagt ja, bevor du sagst. Und Und ich fühl schon jetzt, dass du mich magst.
Zu nah dran, ich fall in dein Licht.
Was vorher gefehlt hat,
Findet jetzt Gewicht.
our hearts connect like they were made to fit,
Made to fit.
made to fit. Du und ich, das ist kein Zufall hier,
Made to fit.
made to fit.
Wenn du gehst, geh ich mit.
Wenn du bleibst, bleib ich mit.
Our hearts
Connect like they were made to fit,
made to fit.
made to fit.
Deine Hand in meiner, als wär sie daheim.
Kein großes Drama,
Nur du,
und mein Sein.
ich kenn den Weg nicht, doch ich geh mit dir.
Und jeder kleine Schritt,
Bringt uns näher zu mir.
zu nah dran, jetzt gibt's kein Versteck.
Alles, was ich suche, fällt in deinen Takt zurück.
Our hearts connect like they were made to fit,
Made to fit.
made to fit. Du und ich, das ist kein Zufall hier,
Made to fit.
made to fit.
Wenn du gehst, geh ich mit.
Wenn du bleibst, bleib ich mit.
Our hearts
Connect like they were made to fit,
made to fit.
made to fit.
Und wenn die Welt uns dreht,
Bleibst du bei mir,
alles was uns fehlt,
ist schon fast hier.
sag nur noch einmal,
Dass du's auch so fühlst,
dann fällt der Rest von uns.
genau an den Punkt, wo du gehörst. Our hearts connect like they were made to fit,
Made to fit.
made to fit. Du und ich, das ist kein Zufall hier,
Made to fit.
made to fit.
Wenn du gehst, geh ich mit.
Wenn du bleibst, bleib ich mit.
Our hearts
Connect like they were made to fit,
made to fit.
made to fit.
Made to fit.
Made to fit.
And there we go, proving that every language is beautiful. And there's something to learn from everyone in the world. And you should be open-minded enough to explore and to go places you wouldn't usually go. Because if you only stay with what you know, life will be pretty boring. And if you allow your own prejudices, no matter how strongly they are formed, to dictate the limits of your experience, you're not going to go many places and you're not going to see a lot of things. This is one wonderful world, one giant gift to us all, and we should just explore it and have fun. That was some German, and that was pretty damn good. And right before that, we had something in French, and that was pretty damn good. This week, we have two things planned. The one is with our Sky Cinema subscription. We get some free tickets to the View Cinemas once a month for myself and Bubbles. We're not sure we're going to take the tickets this week because the only thing showing is the Odyssey. Now, I don't mind seeing the Odyssey. I do mind that there's really no other choices. It seems like everything is set up for this film to be a success, whether you like it or not. I get there's some controversy around it, and I don't like when wokerism and wokesterism ruins movies like it has the Academy Awards and many other franchises. So I don't participate in things with quotas and things like that, and I don't support things like that. But I'm open-minded enough to give Christopher Nolan the benefit of the doubt. However, when there's nothing else on offer, it feels to me like I'm being funneled, and therefore we're just going to skip this month's movie tickets, and we're going to go do something else because I don't like games like that. So if it is a game, I don't know, but there's nothing else showing and there's 12 screens, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I'm certainly not going to be watching the Odyssey. So I might see it, but I'll see it on the small screen sometime. I just feel that, you know, the dominance of the studios at the cinemas was all good and well when everyone was making money, but the cinemas are empty half the time, and yet they still defer to these big players like, you know, like they worship the ground that they walk on. I don't like those things. Incumbent power structures that don't want to move. It's anti-capitalist, it's anti-freedom, it's anti-individualist and anti-entrepreneur. I tend to not like those structures, and so I either attack them or I move around them. So, with the movies off the table, we've decided to do something that's going to be much more fun anyway. We're taking a little adventure. We're going to take the train, and we're going to go out to a little town called Topsham. Now, there's this wonderful little city in the southwest of England in Devon called Exeter. And Exeter's kind of like on the River Exe, so it's got a lot of water, it's got canals and nice little rivers and stuff. But if you go down the coast from Exeter, there's a whole bunch of little towns leading all the way to Exmouth, which is this lovely little town with wonderful beaches on the end. But between Exmouth and Exeter, there's a whole bunch of little towns and like army kind of marine bases and things. But we're going to go to this place called Topsham, which is a little town that's actually quite fabulous. It has the world's most wonderful, what I think is the world's most wonderful antique store. I think it's 2 or 3 stories even of antiques, and we love going in there and seeing all this old furniture and dresses and dolls and decor and fittings and gadgets and goodies, and it's like all these items have this wonderful story to tell, and you just want to pick it all up and buy it all and take it home, even though you don't have space for it. It's lovely. So we're looking very forward to that. And then, of course, you can have a lovely meal in the estuary, in this river wetlands area that has the sea coming in and this river, and there's all these wetlands, beautiful wildlife. It is a lovely part of the world, and it's very nice and sunny outside, so why not do that? It's going to be our Odyssey for this weekend. So we'll get back to watching movies when there's something offered of substance to us that's not forced down our throats either. And with that, I suppose I can stop whining, thank God. Remember, Extremely Forward is available on Spotify, YouTube, and Rumble. Wherever you choose to listen, please give us a listen. Spread the word, like, comment, engage, share, click, notify. Share it with your right-wing friends and your fascist family. We welcome everybody here, and we particularly like pissing off people that don't like to listen to us. So get people here so that they can start complaining, so that we can get that algo into gear. You can, of course, send your own questions to connect@extremelyforward.com. You can see past episodes on the extremelyforward.com website. That's Extremely Forward as in a forward of a book. Foreword. It's a play on words. It's not a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see it there, or you can see it on the podcast tab of my website, petervanderwalt.com. Next episode will be on Monday, August 3rd, a very special episode where we'll be doing the whole show naked. That's right. It's going to be a naked episode of Extremely Forward. The thing is, this is an audio-only podcast, so you're not going to be able to see it, but at least you can sit there with a smile on your face because you know I've got nothing on when I talk to you, and I'm even going to put on my sexy voice. We're also going to be talking about T-VOD, S-VOD, A-VOD, and all the VODs, and the lost art of the commercial break. We're going to bring you some more country music and also some music from returning favorite Akasha. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening and being here. I want you to eat your veggies, don't pull your sister's hair, and we see you on Monday.
Said the wrong thing, pay my dues. Table gone quiet, eyes go wide. I grin too hard, you move aside. My tongue got teeth, my mouth got smoke. I take one sip, then I make one joke. You want sweet, I bring the bite. You want calm, not tonight. Too shy for the room, too loud for the floor. You pull back once, I push for more. Offensive, offensive, I wear it like a crown. Offensive, offensive, I don't back down. Say my name, say it's too much, I came to shake this place up. Offensive, offensive, yeah, I wear it proud. Lipstick stain on a paper cup, that bent stare and a shoulder shrug. You clutch your pearls, I laugh out loud. I break the rule and spin around. If I burn the bridge, I cross that flame. If you throw shade, I say your name. I don't fit in, I make a scene, a rough cut edge in a polished screen. Too sharp for the room, too loud for the floor. You pull back once, I push for more. Offensive, offensive, I wear it like a crown. Offensive, offensive, I don't back down. Say my name, say it's too much, I came to shake this place up. Offensive, offensive, yeah, I wear it proud. Maybe I don't smile on cue, maybe I don't talk like you do, but I won't fold just to be nice. I came alive, not compromise. Offensive, offensive, I wear it like a crown. Offensive, offensive, I don't back down.